Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. New opportunity for silver. Demand to see a shakeup after COVID-19 outbreak. So, COVID-19 is affecting all areas of all markets on many different platforms across the globe. What does it entail for precious metals and where could prices be headed? The link to this article from Kitco will be in the description. So with that said, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe because I post daily videos. So after the COVID-19 outbreak peaks, countries around the world will begin efforts to restart their economies, and silver will greatly benefit from these actions as it embraces a new position in the commodity world, an infrastructure precious metal, according to BMO. Silver's been lagging behind gold with the gold to silver ratio at last at 110 to 1, which is extremely high, according to spot price. This means that it takes 111 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. At the time of writing, COMEX silver futures were last trading at $15.22, or down 1.68% of the day. And with gold being the star precious metal in Q1 and maybe even Q2 this year, silver investors are wondering when it will be silver's turn to shine. That's what, we talk about a lot on this channel, is when will silver break through and start a market of its own? What's going to be the cause of this and why? Is it going to be surplus? Is it going to be COVID-19? Is it going to be the economy crashing? Is it going to be speculation? Is it going to be spoofing when the bubble pops and its natural price can occur? What's it going to be? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Some good news for these investors comes from Colin Hamilton, head of commodities research at BMO Capital's Markets, who sees a new role for silver in the decade to come, which will shake up demand. While gold naturally gets most of its attention in macro environment of aggressive monetary support, we feel there is an opportunity emerging in silver. As governments seek to further bolster economic recovery, we anticipate silver-intensive areas such as 5G and solar technology could well benefit from any fiscal impulse, making silver increasingly the infrastructure precious metal. And that's true. 5G technology is going to be the next biggest thing. You have to look out for that. Silver being the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity. Silver has a lot of roles to play, especially in EVs and so on and so forth. Solar panels, solar technology, space equipment, dental alloys, mirrors, photography, everything. So, silver has always been thought of as having a substantial industrial component to it, which has lately been dragging the prices down. But the new infrastructure role could significantly change the supply and demand dynamics. Now, we know that, the miners have been abandoning silver mines way before COVID-19. COVID-19 is only the icing on the cake to really shake up things and really share and expose how little silver we really have. Silver's physical demand outlook will witness a shakeup as new technologies come to the fore. Traditionally considering an industrial precious metal with applications as a conductive and soldering element within electronics, but also as a brazing alloy, we believe silver's use in 5G and photovoltaic-related technology will increasingly position it in an infrastructure commodity. More demand is in the cards for silver, noted Hamilton. So, when the demand cannot meet the supply, that's when things get interesting, right? We see a growing demand, especially in the industrial world, the technological world, the medical world. There's colloidal silver. There's silver nanoparticles. Scientists discovered a way to make silver 40% stronger without losing any electrical conductivity. So silver is not going away. The demand's going to rise, especially as prices start to rise. New money, new investors, new perspectives, new stackers are going to be forming. But with what silver, though, right? With what silver? There is no silver to stack. So that means the consumers will be turning into the producers will be turning into the consumers, and the people like you and I that stack the silver or hold it, we're going to be the ones selling it. So China will play a key role. China will play a key role in increased demand, especially when it comes to 5G and other infrastructure advances. Globally, fiscal stimulus measures are set to bring the shifting demand side gains. This new and growing source of demand for growth of silver is likely to emerge earlier than expected in the current environment. I mean, once we start to try to recover from COVID-19, who knows how quick it's going to be. As the economic fallout from coronavirus across major emerging industrialized markets prompts governments to implement unprecedented fiscal stimulus to revive activity, right? They're trying to fix this thing. They're trying their hardest to catch up before it falls. Silver's infrastructure consumption is set to record the fastest demand growth of all its end uses in the coming decade. The rise of 5G and continued growth across PVs will provide a high growth source of new end use potential for silver. Currently, estimates by the Silver Institute suggest demand from the new mobile communication technology already accounts for 7.5 million ounces of silver. So 5G, it really is bigger than I think people understand or interpreting, and that's very, very good. I mean, we're already looking at several different things that can make silver bullish, whether it's whether it is supply and demand, whether it's COVID-19, the exaggerated markets, the gold to silver ratio. We had all the way back to the U.S.-China trade wars, which kind of sparked this whole thing off, but there's many different instances. When comparing silver's demand to that of gold, he pointed out that silver's demand will be more cyclical but more impactful. BMO forecasts a shift into deficit for silver demand in PV, 5G, and physical investment sector rise. And that's why it's so important to have physical silver, is because it's the one that actually has the value. The digital side or the paper side of things, it's just printed out of thin air and really doesn't hold the same weight, no pun intended, as physical gold and silver can and do. Do you see the difference between why physical silver is so beneficial? Is because it's the actual metal, the intrinsic value. This uptick is also said to offset any declines in the consumer, industrial, and photography-related demand. On the supply side, there will be disruption risks. When observing the supply side, Mexico and Peru stand out as clear winners from an improving demand pull for silver, right? Mexico and Peru are the two largest. They make up 40%, which actually that goes on to say down here, over 1,000 million ounces of the total global silver supply. That's what those two countries together are. Almost half of the entire supply. But when you see Mexico and Peru shut down from COVID-19, you can see how this will affect things. So, looking back on this, I see a metal compared to gold that has way more potential than people speculate. So there's a couple of tweets on the side I want to share as well from Kitco. Their Twitter is Kitco News Now if you want to follow them. When you can't get gold, you go for Bitcoin. The only other hard money available says. So what do you guys think about Bitcoin? So time to vote. Where is gold headed to, higher or lower this week? There's 228 votes. I'd love to hear the stats on that actually. So anyways, perfect uranium storm brewing. So anyways, $2,000 gold prices will be in sight. Stimulus to provide boost. Gold could be looking at $20,000 price tag in 2 to 5 years. So, what do you think? If history is proven right, gold should be set to climb materially higher than what it is today. What do you think? Are you bullish on gold and silver right now, or do you think this is all overplayed, and do you think markets will get back down to a steady level? I definitely think that there's much more potential than people are speculating, and I think that's going to catch up with investors as well. When I'm thinking about silver prices, I'm not looking at the short term. I'm looking at the much longer term, and that entails for prices to have backing, have purpose, right? If I'm looking at silver's future, why is it going to boost upwards? Why? What's making it that? Is it, there has to be a reason. It's not just because I like it. It's not just because it's shiny. It's because there's real industrial applications, there's real supply shortages, and there's real demand increases from 5G to solar technology to EVs. There's real reason. So anyways, I would like to thank you for tuning into this video. The link to this article will be in the description. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to smash the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe. I posted some other videos earlier today. If you want to check those out, make sure you do. You don't want to miss them. I posted some good stuff. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys and gals soon. Peace.